So we're going to have a look at the World Economics Forum for creating disruptive business models and what strategies it has given in order for the business to actually um, have these features. So I guess the first thing that we need to ask ourselves is, what does this actually mean and what does it actually do? Well, the idea of creating a business disruptive model was actually in response to the digital transformation and digital era given upheaval, really, to the industry. Many businesses have struggled since the advancements of technology. So we need to have a look at how businesses can actually go about, once again, becoming successful in a digital era. So there have been 5 strategies which have been outlined by the World Economics Forum in order to help companies to stay competitive and also innovative in a rapidly changing environment. So the first strategy is all about building. So as you can probably guess, this is all about the development of new products, platforms, or services internally, though. This will be done through research and development. It will be done by using in-house resources and talents which we already have ingrown within the organisation. So because of this, there is obviously going to be full control over the innovation. It's all developed in-house to ensure that there will be full alignment with the company's missions and values. So, for example, a traditional bank creating its own mobile banking app with AI-powered financial advice rather than actually outsourcing that development. So what might happen here is in that bank, we may have 1 or 2 employees who are particularly keen on app development or have a keen interest in it, and they go and do the research into how they can make this work and then go on to develop this app product with the AI inside of it. If we didn't want to build, so the second strategy is all about buying. So we could aim to acquire an early startup or an early stage company which already have those disruptive technologies at the heart of their business model. So buying this innovation is obviously going to be much quicker than building it, which is especially true if your time to market is critical. If there is a lot of competition in the area, this is probably the best bet for a business. However, that whole idea of keeping your own brand image might disappear because the company that you acquire may not have the same values or be built upon those values. So, for example, if a logistics firm was to acquire a drone delivery startup to leapfrog into autonomous delivery services, would be a prime example of this. And we're already seeing sort of the rise of it. The third strategy is all about partnering. So this is about collaborating with innovative firms to co-develop new solutions or expand on capabilities. If you're working in the same industry and you are perhaps a competitive industry, there's many organizations doing this, there's many businesses doing this. Perhaps just pairing with somebody else and collaborating with one other firm might be the end of you struggling. It might result in good. This partnering exercise is also going to allow you to actually gain external expertise whilst sharing risk and investment. Rather than go alone, do it with another company. You've got more heads, therefore you've got more ideas, you've got more money to stake because you're 2 companies instead of 1, and you're also spreading the risk. The risk is no longer just lying in your hands. So, for example, a fashion retailer may partner with a tech company to offer a virtual fitting room using augmented reality, which may sound daft, but probably is the way of the future, especially more and more when the high street clothing retailers close their doors because people aren't using them and they are focusing on an online marketplace. Strategy 4 is all about investing. So this is about acting as a corporate venture capitalist by investing in a portfolio of startups. So buy a few different startups, it may help your case. This would obviously spread your risk across multiple bets and it's going to provide insight into emerging trends and technologies. Therefore, you are not putting all your eggs into one basket, as they say, but instead you are focusing on a variety of organizations. So, for example, a telecom company funding startups in 5G infrastructure, IoT, and edge computing to stay ahead of the curve. Strategy 5 then is all about incubating and accelerating. So for this one, we need to provide resources, mentorship, and infrastructure to nurture those startups or internal innovation teams. So by doing this, we can foster a culture of experimentation and can lead to breakthrough ideas which can reshape at the business's core. So for example, if a healthcare provider was to launch an internal accelerator to develop AI tools for diagnostics and patient care, this would ultimately be an acceleration of that business. But what should an organization consider then before choosing which strategy? Well, first of all, is digital maturity. Are they ready to build? Can they actually afford to build? Or would partnering be more realistic, spreading the cost and spreading that risk? Risk appetite then is all about buying and investing and involve financial risk, whilst incubation is going to require cultural openness. Speed versus control. By building, we have control. We don't necessarily have speed. We're doing all the developments ourselves, and we perhaps don't have that expertise. So therefore, if we buy and partner, that is going to be quicker, but we get less control over it. So it's all about which is best for us at that time.